Hi, chat. Oh no, what happened to the game? There it is. Welcome back to the arena. It is the 23rd, and what that means, we've got stuff, new store items, new set mastery. Sure. Can't do a lot of that, but what we can do is claim a couple free packs. Now, we're hoping for a very small number of actual cards out of here. There isn't a ton that I need, but we'll see if we get the 1 or 3 things. Got the art direction on Arena. Hey, look, we got it. The art direction on Arena, instead of the actual Spider-Man set, is on fleek. Double Trap, that is one of them. Skvix the Augmenter. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. Put one of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Exile this card from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Means this card's other abilities activate only as a sorcery. Alright. Ooh, a mythic. Ooh, it's Arachnomania. Originally rule doesn't apply to spiders. When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, it's not going to work in our deck. I feel like this is another copy. Anyway, yeah, so didn't specifically get our dear boy Rhino, but you know what? That's what the crafting mechanic is for. So we got a temple trap, which is good, and we need a baseball Rhino. Yeah. Yeah, this guy. He's only uncommon. Well, that could have been worse. So let's grab this bad boy. What was the other card from the set that we wanted? Was it from this set specifically? Bonus sheet. Go on. Maybe it was just straight up through the Omenpath. Probably. Yeah. So that's good utility. Maybe we taken out. I don't think I've ever actually wanted to cast this card since I crafted it. This one's also not amazing, and that would take us back to here. Grab that. Do we want to pull the trigger on Omenpath? Oh, you know what else they just introduced? Some new Eldrazi and stuff to drop. Yeah, so they've got some stuff like Kaldra, new Ulamog. Not that one. Not that one. I could have sworn there was another new Ulamog. Ah, there he is. And our boy Emrakul. So we're probably going to be crafting one of those by the end of the day, but we got one new Spider-Man card. Did I write down in my notepad any other things that I wanted? Do I even have a notepad? Notepad app. No. Good. Alright. So let's go ahead and jump into Brawl so we can beat the snot out of decks. Or we could just fight VV again. You know, I don't hate this, even though I hate this. 3, 4, 5. The opponent's going first, though. We're gonna anticipate them being smart and not just windmill slamming BV on turn. And they shock our commander. Let's do... Viva doesn't fly. They don't have an artifact yet, so let's just grab the draw card. Oh, that would have been better. Oh, they just did the thing. Well, last turn for starting town. I guess in this specific case we should have put the ruby down. Because if we've got... This is going to be rough to deal with VV if they find another spell. Okay, well... VV's a rough matchup on the best of days. And this is not the best of days. This is the worst of times. Let's see. So that played really bad. Let's try... What was that other one? Add X in its cost is a... This costed 1 instant. I don't think we had it. It had Tybalt on the art. Tevar Stand, that's the one. That would have been a better thing to bowl. Yeah, the problem is Vivi goes off too quickly. There's nothing we can do if she gets established. I think Gift of the Viper is something I've also wanted to try. Okay, so Brawl, maybe if we switch to Standard Brawl, we'd see some actual variety in deck building. I mean, Ring of Lucci isn't the best, but against a black player, it should do. Yeah, for some reason I don't think I'm going to be putting sudden spinnerets on his Forsaken Miner. Combat tricks, ahoy! So if they don't kill our commander for some reason... Oh look, they killed our commander for some reason. Yeah, we gotta keep ramping. At least Copper Host is pretty decent, unless they've got horse sacrificing. Well, I don't think I want you to have your commander right now.
Preparation yields success.
1, 2. I could cast Ruby. Or gaining life from draw card. I think I would rather have the card at this point. Not that one.
Open your mind to possibility.
Well, that is unfortunate. Now I kind of wish I'd played Ruby. Alright, let's see if you got another sacrifice in there. Probably, actually. Oh, 2 cards left in their hand. The odds are not perfect. Tap you down. Get in there. If he wants to block the Ruby, he's got a double block. Commander's reading a thing. Alright, goodbye Ruby again. Hello deck, yes I would like some of the bombs that my deck has. That's not... Okay. Deck's like, you wanted what? To do something? No! Haven't even drawn Rhino yet. Granted, probably wouldn't have done much, but could have existed. Purchasing the Mastery Pass will give you all the rewards of the level you've already completed. Ah, here we go. This is a man who bought the free thing. It's got ramp, it's got 2 colors. Got a plan after that, so, you know. Been mulligan twice, there's a non-zero chance they scoop it up right here. Which means I would have beaten the Scions in the first game I came up against it. Okay. I think I've attacked with Raging Ravine 1 time. Like, it does not come up all that often. Get in there, you bold 1-2 so-and-so. Oh. Ah, that's a good one. That is a good use of 2 life. It doesn't necessarily help with the casting the Scion. Oh, that would. What do you do anyway? Flying, first strike, trample, lifelink, haste, combats, other spiders gain bat list of soup. Double green. Interesting. Primeval Bounty or Rampaging Baloths? Bounty will give us more in the long run. So Baloths. I don't need another forest. Get in there, Ruby, for a hot 3 damage. Sudden board state. Let's see if their 5/5 can. Okay. Is it spider? Let's give them the nice. What they've done looks nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's a cool animation. Oh, okay. There you go. Freylease to gain life or Vorinclex to block his thing. We can do... We have 1, 2, 3, 4 left afterwards, so we can't do both. I think we want to block his thing, so we'll just toss that down there. Well, it can't let us do that again. Hey, it's Reach. So if they have a removal spell, it has to go to Vorinclex. If they have a board wipe, they probably wouldn't use it, but they might. Okay, a little bit of life gain, a little bit of mana. Alright. A little bit of token doubling. Some spiders. That's also a spider. He's like, Baloths or Vorinclex? It's like, there's not an excellent option here. Okay, that's pretty good. The deck has decided not to give us the thing we need. So let us... sack that, draw 4. Can't cast anything, so... go away. Discarding of that forest. Alright. I'm sure we had the tools to deal with that, but we didn't draw a single piece of removal until we were already tapped out. Also, that dragon, I think, should get replaced by an Ulamog or an Emrakul. It's got... Wow, that's... This could be great, or it could be terrible. I have seen this before. The, lightning bolt when they have a commander with 4 toughness. I've seen these games before. Let's not. Unfortunately, I would like for my commander to live. I don't know if that's going to happen. Do I have removal? No. Alright, well. So now I need another untapped land, or else my deck holds. Bingo. So we'll use Mightstone on Zurgo. It also allows us to play Ring of the Lucci. Harsh color requirements up in here. Hey, if you cast a spell at 4 mana greater this turn, draw a card. Vigilance seems alright. Actually, no, I think we'd want the Kogla. Because then we can fight the Zurgo. Touch whenever you attack or you exhaust another attacking creatures. Cool. Yep. Can't attack with spell. That is Death Touch? It does. Let's tap that down too. Go another trample. It does not. Alright, we've got the Rhino online. Menace is a little bit awkward, but, you know. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm winning the race. Okay, the race is a little bit more tilted in his favor. I don't want to block you, but I think I want to block you. Let's see. No. enters tapped. This using that. This gives me 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Not a lot. Let's see what we get. I think the first one, Time Warp. We'll discard Huge Dragon. I'll throw down the Mitotic Ultimus. Well, I for sure am not dying to goddamn poison. So we're having a bad day on Arena today. As you can see from our 0 victories, the deck's chundering a little bit. Dying to aggro, VVs, and Zergos. But we're giving it a shot. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them somehow. And Kalia. Okay, maybe we won't get them. But I don't think Kalia got anything particularly spooky in the things today. Where's the green deck? Okay, there's the green. Where's the red deck? There we go. Where's the ramp deck? We're gonna say Ancient Tune, Arid Archways are ramp. So, goodbye Go Forth, and goodbye... Fogla? No, goodbye Atali. Fogla at least is removal, because they're gonna play cards. Unfortunately, they are also an aggro deck. And now they've got Kalia online a little bit before we could possibly interact with them. I mean, it's not like I had a handful of interaction before, so... I think I know a card that I want to put in. I want to drop a red cap melee in here. So we'll get a forest. And I'm not going to attack because I'm not going to get the buff for having a 4? Yeah, 4 power. Sure, you needed that. Alright, so we got a Kogel out there. That at least can fight the Kalia. Make them recast it. Got a really stringent green requirement this entire time. At least it's to the hand. So it slowed them slightly, even if it didn't actually get them anything. Okay, so their stuff has haste still. Barely even set them back. I thought that was the other Lisa. Yeah. Sometimes you get aggroed. I think that nobody actually wants to play the new cards in Brawl. So where's that red cat melee? So this card, and we'll take out that dragon that we have never been able to make work. Oh no, we've run out of uncommon cards. Disaster. Well, I think there's only one real solution to this. The new Ulamog, yay. It's removal. It is indestructible. And it's somehow mill protection, so... yeah, this stuff happens. Interesting. Well, we have the ramp. We have something to do with it. And you've got a weird protection, so... sure. Soul Warden. I'll do that just to save some life. Good heavens, I'm not sure what their opponent's doing. I mean, life gain stuff, so... no attacks. Sure. You won't. Alright, so... got a ring. They've got a mobilize 3, though. So they gain just a bunch of life. You know, I think they're doing the thing a little bit. Can we do the thing? Not a lot, but, you know. Oh. That's not good. Yep. I think I know what I'm gonna try and target with the Pinnacle kill ship. It's the Hallowed Priest. This may shock you. Yes, you get your... Could you... Just in time. Yeah. Sick, #1 chatter. Look at you go. Boop, boop, boop. Thanks. Is Baloth still mad that they redded it? Oh, because it's no longer a May? I don't know. It's not too bad. It definitely speeds up the thing a little bit. There are some cards that had it, but don't anymore. Or that still have it, that is. What you gonna do, opponent? Are you gonna attack? With your 0/4 into my 4/4? I didn't bloody think so. Alright. We get 4s. Yeah, whatever. let's do... This doesn't kill anything particularly. Used to be me as well, and I sent the entire archetype. Did I play land this turn? Oh. Yes, I did. So we could spin the wheel. We'd also Might Stone to remove Hylia, I guess? Or the Takovian Pack Beasts, which is, I think, their biggest source of shenaniganery. We go in. Do we want to tap down their blockers? Yeah. Let's just tap down their commander. Remove a little bit of their ability to disrupt us. Would they go after us on the ground? I think it's more worth it to get the counters on the Pinnacle kill ship, and the next turn we can animate it. Sure. That's also an option. Spin the wheel. That's gonna be, an Aaron Archway. Send that back to our hand. We don't have the thing to buff, so we'll just play that, and yeah, go ahead and be looking at a 6/6. Ruby having haste may become relevant in a second. No, it will fucking not. That back. Unfortunately, we're like one away from doing that, so we'll send in for 6 because we got to keep the pressure on. How do I clip on YouTube? I'm not sure how you do it live. I think that there should be underneath the screen during and the like, share, report. There should be a clip one. You could also get the footage afterwards and clip it automatically through whatever clipping program you want. The clipping through YouTube will just give you a URL link to a loopable section up to 10 seconds long, directly out of the let's get rid of the consoles. It annoys me so. That was absolutely a misplay, though. I should have played Ruby afterwards. Hylia makes her glorious return. Huh. All right. Meteor Golem. I got that bad bitch. Let's send in these two. A 0. And turn. Figured it out. It's next to share. Send it to you for later. Okay, cool. I'm holding on to Vorinclex in case he has another board wipe. Because it is very possible for him to just do that. It opened up an editor where I could drag it around quite a bit longer. Okay. I thought it was only 10 seconds, but that's fine. Yeah. Are you coming into my face, opponent? I actually have blockers this time. I didn't think so. Do we spin the wheel? Do we Vorinclex? Because Vorinclex will eventually give me a spin. So let's see what we roll. Hopefully it's something with haste or removal. It was neither of those things. It was, in fact, ramp. Yeah, we're gonna take that. Make that a mandatory action. Jeez. Actually, mandatory searching, probably not exactly the best. Alright, Ruby's gonna be big enough that he needs to block it. Pull back the meteor golem. It's just life loss. "17 seconds for the dramatic silence after." Yep. Meteor Golem sounds like a try-hard wizard making his best flash construct. Ooh. Alright. Yeah, let's assign 0, 0, 0. Can I assign 1? No. Maybe I have to assign damage. So we will assign... There. We'll assign all the lethal damage. There we go. And then let's drop the Vorinclex, because I don't think at this point that his last card's going to be a board wipe, and I don't think he would want to use it if it were. Let's just go ahead and try. I thought that was the interaction, that because I didn't actually do any damage. Okay, creatures get +1/+1 and indestructible. Alright. Cool. So let's block here, let's block here, and let's block here. Want to do that in a campaign, have a wizard whose party is tasked with defeating, Want to do that in a campaign, have a wizard who the party is tasked with defeating, who is rumored to be making a meteor golem out of star metal. Party gets fully prepped to shatter a very hard metal golem and ends up fighting the Squishmeister. That would be pretty fucked. 6 or more mana spell while you have 3 of your lands in play. Check. Alright. We have 1,000 gold. We might as well pick up... I really want some of these. It's funny because I got so close to finishing the last set just by playing a bunch. Duskmourn's Claim. No. None of these really fit my deck. Best part is if the party does no recon, you can just swap it out to whichever they didn't do. That's my favorite kind of monster closet. Where, it's a mystery to everybody which one the party's actually gonna face. Because if they figure it out early, then you just swap them straight over. I feel like there's something missing in the deck, some kind of special sauce. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it is an actual board wipe? I know that there's one at 5, Burn Down the House, but that's a rare. We want to spend one of our 2 rares on it. Yeah, it's not the worst idea I've ever had in my life. What was the other card that I just had? Chat, tell me, what was the other card that I was going to put in here but ended up being... Oh, it was an uncommon. Never mind. Alright. Hour of Devastation? Yeah, that would do. Trust me, will overperform. Yeah, it does. There was a week straight where I would happen to get Ruby into a ramp spell and Drakuseth on curve, and people would just look at their hand, realize that they had no non-creature way to stop it, and would just scoop instantly on the spot. It was great. So Cinderheart Giant, definitely out. No, not craft the Cinderheart Giant. I guess Antelek? You're just a beater. We don't have the fetch lands to really take advantage of it. I mean, 7 mana 9/9 is whatever. It's not removal. Alright, maybe having a board wiper too. We're looking for them uncommon wildcards. It absolutely is. Drakuseth probably would have won at least one of the games today if it had stuck. Ah, a glorious Mamacita. That card's in this deck. So we got a ramp spell. We don't have, unfortunately. So we got red in this one, but there's no ramp spell. Built a kit at the shop with Drakuseth budget deck and it kept up with the precons. Fair. I gotta get rid of this. This is the weakest one, but I think we have to take this hand and hope. The hand is full of legends, so Calamity is not going to do well. We'll do this. If we draw a untapped mountain, it is better than starting town on turn 2 because we don't automatically take the Ruby damage. But, unfortunately, sometimes you just gotta take the one damage. We don't have interaction, so I'm going to attack. You're blue, double D, double die. Well, this is an entire Gruul field. There's no blue here at all. Technically, that can produce blue, but I don't think it would. Okay, there's our interaction, but unfortunately, this is the turn we tap out because we skipped turn 2. So we need a mountain. We don't have one of those yet. Primeval Herald, if it lives, is just icing on the cake. As soon as it gets that second land, its entire job is done. No blocks, we'll just take 4. Alright, that is possibly good. So I can't cast that. We could roll the dice. I think rolling the dice is all that we can do. Hope for a hasty creature. We'll take Kogla. We want to fight the Goblin because then when it attacks, we can get the Arcane Signet. Give me another mountain. You can go ahead and block my 3/1. I don't care. I have already won. But can they make the Llanowar Elves big enough? Big enough to fit? No! My commander. The thing that eats... You know, after turn like 3, I really don't care if Ruby eats the removal. I'm thinking back on that last game, yeah, the throw was absolutely when I forgot about the consoles and dropped Ruby. What I should have done was attacked with the Drake, destroyed the 2 costs, because that enchantment that was granting Mobilize 2 was really effective. Do I want to trade with this commander? No. Still can't cast that, which is unfortunate, but we can destroy his Arcane Signet. So an interesting steamer hack recently, as in like the floor cleaning steamers. How about no? Let's see if they crack it ourselves. Yeah, they do. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah. Not much I can do. Oh, well, they got it. When your deck decides that you don't get lands because you've had too many in the last couple, and this means that over the average of the last 3 games, we've drawn the perfect number of lands. Oh, streamer hack. I thought you were talking about like a floor steamer, a rug doctor kind of thing. I misread that completely. Streamer acting like they are a multi-streaming and answers questions from a chat that doesn't exist. ChatGPT, every 20 seconds generate a new random piece of chat and pretend, like, base it off of Twitch chat, speaking style. I'm sure there's a what do you call it? A script you could write for that. Ooh, I forgot I had this card. There's no ramp in this hand. That is ramp. So this is not awful. Calamity... Not gonna do much with these cards. So let's get the Raging Ravine. That's really funny. I had an idea, well, I didn't. There was an idea that was said on somebody else's stream that I want to try, and I will probably be able to do it next week when I have time. And it could become a staple of the channel to get people into live streams eventually. No, I'm just a little guy. Don't kill me. Why would you want to kill my commander? Bitch. That's fine. I have an Ancient Tomb anyway. Day of Judgment seems pretty good. I've never seen that underperform. We will get rid of the... We want the land. I guess... Rampaging Brontodon? No. Missed my Taunt Ultimus. Because the Rampaging Brontodon is actually a threat and doesn't require the Brontodon to exist. Use a local LLM to sanity check my work by asking stupid and inane questions to make sure you're thinking about it and not getting carried away. No, my ramp. This is why the land-based ramps are better. Let's just throw down a ruby. Hit them in the noggin. It's Edgar. Well, gosh golly gee, we just hit the mother load. Nice. %100% whiff. And they're tapped is the best part. So, the shields are down, the opponent knows if they have removal, they can get her right now. Word of the Doom. Alright. But you don't. Other vampires... At a certain point... When they have enough death triggers, it really... No. No, I want to keep this one, please. Alright, so the opponent has nothing in hand. We have... a Rampaging Brontodon. With trample. Ooh, spicy. Back double board wipes to flex on that. Yes. It was a chunky boy. Rip him. So it all depends on what we draw, but I think that this turn is just going to be... Is it board wipe Raging Ravine? Oh look, Soren. Yes.
I have survived worse than you.
And then... Take out the Soren.
I wish you all short lives.
Opponent is desperately reading Raging Ravine. What the fuck just happened? Ooh. I can destroy their commander. And yeah, we'll throw down a ruby. Get in there. The flip Sorin that has extort played off ad nauseum auto flips and deals like 30 damage to face. Yeah, it's pretty good. The return of Edgar. Not the top deck you want to see. I think it's Raging Ravine attack. So we can double block, but then I get Edgar. Yeah. Actually, I get both? God, combat tricks are so good. Those creature enters draw X cards, lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. Okay, draw one. And don't lose anything. That's fine. My turn. Right. Glorious. We'll get an Arid Archway to keep the Lantern going. Ruby's gonna get the buff. We're gonna return the Mountain. We're gonna play the Mountain, give Ruby a buff. We're gonna attack with everything. You can go ahead and block the 7/6 if you want. Nope, he takes it to the dome. That sets up lethal for next turn. God, so Edgar is so expensive. That's great. The most casual of 6 mana rubies. Okay. So let's see. That has trample, which I think is the best target. That also has... Does it have trample? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we will animate this, give it trample, and then send in the goons. And there it is, our first win of the day. I think I did. I don't often. All in, if it goes poorly, just wipe. Yes. I told you that the Day of Judgment was always good. It's never done me dirty. First win of the day. Lonely. Have 400 cards enter graveyards from their owner's libraries over any number of games. Sure. I don't do a lot of that, but I guess I do. We get to the casual 8 mana ruby and start beating him down with it. My favorite part was when I got to destroy Edgar before he could come online. Okay, that's an all red. There's no ramp in this. There's ramp, there's red. This is almost the perfect hand. Fortunately, the Ulamog is going to the bottom because it is the most expensive. Speaking of dailies, got screw overed in the Guild Wars 2 daily system. Nice silvered. Need the daily missions for one of the expansions you haven't started playing yet, despite owning. Ah. Yeah, that would be pretty rough. This is not good timing because Mightstone and Weakstone probably won't be able to deal with the Pridemate. Game is post-core. Post-core is level capped and you can do them in any order. Gotcha. No, not my commander. Okay, thank goodness. Mightstone Weakstone is better for the draw if I can do this to deal with the Pridemate. Every zone of the game is still heavily populated to the point of having to open extra instances. It's like WoW in its heyday, before all the shitification happened. Ooh, let's see, we got this. Let's use Mightstone to draw cards. I feel like that is a fine use of 5 mana at this juncture. Huh. Some days you just can't get rid of the lands. The derpy tri-deck Astral Slide. You're gonna have to be more specific because you have been addicted to Astral Slide for quite a while now. Four different Urza commanders, blue, blue-white, blue-white, and blue-white-black. Wow, rude. There we go. Nebula Dragon. Can deal with the Soul Warden, I guess. Slide deck that is a 6/6 core and 33 cards to change the identity of the commander. Oh look, it's their commander.
My blade serves the people of this world. Evil falls to its death.
Goodbye, Elspeth. Hello, Sylvan Primordial. Man, this card is busted. Mardu Celeste, Esper Zur, Abzan, Necrobloom. Yeah. Well, that's just rude.
One fewer foe.
They're only attacking with one thing at a time. Ruby having haste is going to become irrelevant again. Trigger. Bigger Ruby. And there it goes. They're mono white. Of course they have a board wipe if they actually start to lose.
Nice, bro.
I don't like the fact that they can rebuild so... Yeah, we'll take it. I regret nothing about the inclusion of this card in this deck. That is the single greatest thing of my life. Cool. Best flip ever. Here's Ruby. back at it again. Betting decks sounded far, but so far 2 of them are actually 7 decks combined. I guess if you have that sort of versatility, yeah, go for it. Oh, deck, why have you forsaken me? Is it Elspeth? It's not Elspeth. Oh, get in there for more damage. Ultimate versatility, and all of it is jank. That sounds correct.
I will turn the tide of battle.
What a bonkers commander.
Has come.
Thank you, deck. Really appreciating this, this flood of lands. And none of them useful in any way.
I endure.
Goodbye, Wind Crystal. Let's not have to deal with you.
More heroes for the cause.
I am just like 0 for a million. Yeah, it was. Maybe if I thin my deck out some more. Ruby can't even attack. Because he's got a 2/2. I can't even trade. Hellkite sure was. Hey, look! The opponent's got stuff to do.
I welcome all allies.
Alright, deck. Can I get a land off the top? Just for the memes. Thank you. The deck was like, you remember that last game where you didn't draw enough lands and you were stuck on 4 or 5 or whatever the entire time? Yeah, we've averaged...
More heroes for the cause.
My avatar is blocking? Yeah, well... There's not really a good place to put it. Don't want to take that. Luckily, I can keep replaying Ruby because I have the mana to do so. See? Well, that's because the isopod is the most important part of the text box. I have to have my brand recognition, you see.
Rise and seize your destiny.
Thanks, deck. I don't think I could have done this without you. You wanna read the cards or something? You need to be able to read the unfamiliar cards that have come out within the last 2 years. I mean, something's happening, right? But I'm so small now. I can barely see my glorious face. Or the human I'm sitting on top of. I had more lands. You know what? There is... I don't think that, I don't think I cancel it in time. Okay, so we have two colors, we have ramp, we have something to do afterwards. This deck is surprisingly fine. It's worse than with Omenpaths. You mean having two versions of all the cards, only one of which was heavily advertised, and the other one having completely different art and names and aesthetic might throw some people off? I didn't want to do that. That was the wrong button. Okay, that's fine. We're back on top, boys. We can get rid of... These are the same card. Yeah. It is absolutely a problem with card recognition right now. Oh, look, Ruby doesn't have haste. I also don't have red. No, this... I think I might actually just skip this game. They seem to have cards and I don't. I pressed the wrong button. Oh yeah, we're mulliganing that entire game, just like that hand. Mulligan a hand to the shop the other day for being unacceptably strong. That just means you're a bad deck builder. Your entire deck's power level is Feast or Famine. You shouldn't have the ability to selectively choose your deck to be worst, and the times that you spike and become the threat on turn 2 that is unacceptable is not fun for the rest of the table, nor is it actually fun for you. Slow down, dude. Just accept the inevitability of death and not getting the cards you need. Encroaching Dragonstorm colors. There. I think I'm gonna toss that. Yeah. Got the rocks from almost all of my decks for this reason. Yeah. That's the reason I stopped putting soul rings in anything below power level 3 or 4. Thank God for this Tommy of safekeeping, because Ruby's about to get shocked. I lied. Ruby lives. Invasion or Dragonstorm? We don't have the dragon, so invasion is technically more efficient if Ruby can attack it later. Only two of the rocks still have ramp. One is Chroma because the entire deck is land Chroma, and the other is a counterspell Kozilek for the same reason. Alright, Itali, what do we get? Okay, and yeah. So we'll give the +1 counter to Itali, and we'll just cast that. Decks, not rocks. Okay, only two of the decks still have ramp. One is Chroma because the entire deck is land Chroma, and the other is Counterspell Kozilek for the same reason. Yeah, it's hard to... It's kind of hard to have a mono... not my Ruby. A mono brown deck without a ton of rocks. Kind of the point. I don't like the number of artifacts that the opponent's playing. I guess Encroaching Dragonstorm, because we can't activate Itali. I sure would like to be able to cast the Colosseum Behemoth, but that's just not on the menu today. Base the place. We'll keep the blocker back because their thing is bigger. Technically, I could have played the Coliseum Behemoth if I had attacked a Tali into the invasion, but that's just a waste of damage. Neutron is 7-card package. Sure. There's a cost. Okay. You got it, bud. Basilisk Collar could prove to be a problem. What's that? Mirror box? Okay. We'll block the 1/1. Vorinclex, huh? That's a pretty good card, especially since I don't have a land drop this turn. Then again, the Coliseum Behemoth deals with the Basilisk Collar, which is about to start running out of control. We don't want her to have that. We'll send you after that. Sure. And we still get to keep up one of the Defend the Riders or Tamio Safekeeping. Or the Jollies. I thought it was a spider-themed Norn. No, it's a pair of spider twins in the Spider-Man arc. It's like the daughters of Peter Parker from an alternate timeline. So it's a 1-mana 0/1 that gets buffed for some reason. Sure, you got it. Go ahead, be a hero. Gonna just play out that hand. Yep. Not big enough to fight. Alright, he got hands. But not the courage to use them. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that costs 9. Yeah, so we want to do Vorinclex for the land drops. Ruby would take all of our mana, so we don't want that. Let's just go in. Okay, just reducing a little bit of the damage. On this down to 1. When it's really, really banking on this getting through or something. Okay. They wanted their red quest done. Hey, Red Mage did a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough of a solo mage using the Red Mage mod. Was a trip. Red Mage mod. I can only imagine that switches all of these spells from Gale or somebody to be spells from Final Fantasy. Using my context clues. Otherwise, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, we earned a pack. Open that. This is always good content. Right. New stuff. Already got a duplicate. We'd love to see it. Fate Weaver. Reach Death Touch. Use your library for a Spider Hero card. Reveal it. Put it in your hand. Then shuffle. 1 mana 1/1 Reach Death Touch isn't useless, but I almost wanted to do Baldur's Gate 3 as a playthrough on the channel, but I realized that it wouldn't really add much. I've already got one long series in Expedition 33 that nobody's watching, and like Baldur's Gate 3 has kind of passed its heyday at this point. Also gives you an extra action whenever you cast a spell, only useful for attacking and a bunch of mobility spells, so it's just pure gish. I'm the whole party. Yeah, sounds overpowered. Get a bunch of life. The problem with free-to-play account is that switching off of the one deck that I one-trick is difficult. Definitely not very streamer-friendly anymore. Yeah. It is quite long. There was a version that I played at my cousin's house where she had installed a basically God mode mod, and then we were just doing all of the stuff that we could think of. It's like, oh, we could do this. We could find this item. Like, I know where this is. And we just stomped over all the skill checks and did literally just a full success run the entire time. It was kind of fun. Need a third land, or else we're just gonna get buried. But we only got basically 2 Act 2 over the entire trip that I was there. Respect for not playing Krenko. Everybody is over the bear fuckery. I remember that when it was like the first time that you went to sleep in the game, you basically had earned all of these stuff required to bang anybody at camp. Yeah, it was fun. Did they get the land? They did not get the land. I think they just missed a land drop, so they're basically out of this game. Let's spin the wheel. No, I think that I'll have that in my hand, please. Bad time for it, but I do like the card. What do you say? We could just ruin their hopes and dreams. And there it is. Immediately lose respect for playing Mono Red Brawl anyway. Well, that was my reward, quote unquote, for losing so much. My MMR decided to get low enough that some random could get in instead of the top tier decks. I literally started the stream fighting Vivi. Like the idea of going on an adventure, building up months of romantic tension without camping once, then on a full brawl breaking out the first time you pitch a tent. Haha, pitching a tent, eh? There we go. This is the other side of the equation. Fish. No ramp. Ramp, but... this is fine. If I can top deck another land in the next 2 turns. Glad you got that one. I am almost always... I'm seeing innuendos in places they don't exist. Hardened Scales, what are you doing? No, opponent, stop that. Alright, I need an untapped land, or else we're going to be our opponent from the last game. Thank fucking God never didn't have it, all that business. Let's go. Hey, Dave Judgment is never wrong. Okay, so hit the mother load is probably the weakest of these. Innuendo, I hardly even know her. And it explores and explores again. Hey, a Tatiova. Hey, a Tatiova. Sweet, 3 mana, 6/5. Yeah, I think it's Drakoseth time. But of course, we don't have a forest available to Snakeskin Veil if our opponent decides to bounce Drakoseth this turn. It was quite rude. Trick question. All streamers are single because... Oh, I missed one. Who's it? Never mind, I didn't. Because every fan needs a parasocial illusion. Pretty sure iPods don't even have Tinder anyway. Well, there's, I'm sure, a version of Tinder, but it's like more electric based because fire can't exist underwater. So it's actually called Spark because you feel that spark between two people. Do we could Kogla and Snakeskin Veil to deal with the Jade Light and still keep the Kogla. And then Drakoseth does a lot of damage. Base, you submit one. Boom, boom. Good. Drakoseth overperforming as usual. So yeah, we use our special. It's the our version of Tinder actually uses one of those nipple pads from early '90s laptops because of the lack of fingerprints and the ability to swipe on smartphones without help from some kind of human interface. Drowner, because nobody ever matches and the accounts are from people who went for a permanent swim. Yeah, it's a bunch of mafia victims just trying to find somebody to love because, it's dark. You can't see the person right in front of you. And aren't we all drowning in our own special way? What the hell? What do you do? Other creatures have haste whenever... Oh, it's a face down commander. We got ramp, we got our colors, we have interaction. It's actually a good hand. Drowner, the opposite of Tinder. Speaking of capitalist hellscapes, go on. Gotta add from Mr. Pickle to buy 3 sandwiches, get 1 free. And the ad disappeared after the first sandwich. As in, like, you bought 3 sandwiches, as in a loyalty reward program? $15 sandwich, I got nothing but a reasonably good sandwich. No, stop hovering for Drakoseth. We're in Gruul. We don't have ways to deal with the 7/7 flyer. The Thunderous Debut to draw cards, but since I don't have an actual artifact... Face that. Buff. Liberator. Snakeskin Veil. They're pulling out all the tricks to live through this one. It's +3/+0 until end of turn. Oh my god. Take 4. Wow, it's not a Flample. Our opponent decided that combat tricks was the way to play this game. And you know, I can't really fault them for their decision. I'm sorry, I'm so engrossed in this. Give me a second. I didn't even bother to Fastwood Surge that turn. That was so cool. Dracoseth, it's enough. Yeah, Dracoseth will take over the game eventually. Turn target face down, creature face up. Okay. That's a Sword of Forge on Frontier. I'm taking 5 and he's ramping. Ooh, losing the Forsaken Monument to it though. So I can no longer Dracoseth this creature. He's pro-red, so I can't burn the house down either. I suppose we're racing now. Spellslinger quest. Possibly. I don't think Instants and Sorceries was a quest, though. I think they legitimately are just playing a surprise, it's time. Can't do anything about that. This does have a rider, but it is a... Oh, it's colorless. I could have blocked that. I thought it was a green token. A green pilot, as it were. Hey, Chromus Memorial. How you doing, bud? Face that thing, submit. Ooh. Alright, deal with Reach, First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Lifelink, Ward 7. Okay. 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 Can't even pay the ward. They haven't been able to pay the ward for a while. They would kill me with their pinger before they could kill me with, before they could pay that ward. The Sire of Seven Deaths plan is working. Okay, now they're roping us. Call a 7/7 keyword soup. Yeah, bunch of relevant keywords. First strike, blocking, lifelink. Okay. 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 They're trying to burn us out, I think. And trample ward haste. So we'll block that guy, we'll block... Wait. We'll block that guy, we'll block that guy. First strike lifelink! Unfortunately, though, they sure got a lot of health now. Cool. Did I pick the right mode? Yes. Pop! Combat tricks. Hidden depths. What was that? Alesios and Paris Acrobats. In web. Cast a spell further if you... It's not even web sling, it's in web. They even changed the name of the keyword. Holy. Whenever you cast a creature spell, pose a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control against flying until end of turn. Good, you saw the line. I was going to be sad if you missed the +2 because you used it as ramp all the time. Yes. I actually missed it the turn before. There were a couple times where I missed potentially lethal or saving myself. There were a bunch of misplays going on. I've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes. It's getting a little bit samey and forgetty. But yeah, you're right. Drakoseth, windmill slamming Drakoseth as early as possible and just keep attacking. That's a winning play. That's why I went back and made sure that I had clicked on the right mode, because I forgot to check. Ooh, this deck has a better late game than me. No ramp. No ramp. No ramp again. Okay, this one has ramp. So we'll get rid of this and this. Yeah. We have to hope for a red source. But key to the archive will do it. If we can get there. Specifically Ancient Tomb into key to the archive. Despark? Despark would deal with our commander, which would be a lot harder otherwise, which is why I'm going to take that over the other thing. Colosseum Behemoth or Meteor Golem? Meteor Golem deals with more stuff, but Colosseum Behemoth's bigger. I think that on this time we're going to take the Behemoth, just for the body. They were playing like they had 40 health. Yeah. Okay, so... Because they let us play Primeval Titan in this format for some reason. Portal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can cast that next turn. If our opponent dumps a bunch of creatures on the field, then we can just deal with them. Otherwise, we just deal with them. Unfortunate. I'm willing to play this, and I don't know why I wouldn't. Oh, I can destroy their land. I just set them back because they've missed their land drops. Totally play Portal into an empty board just for the res? Yeah. Luckily, though... What? Oh dear. This is a better Portal. I'm gonna be honest. No blocks. They're on a 2-turn clock. Portal says a graveyard. Of course. Granted, their graveyard wasn't that good, and we have a Primeval Titan in our graveyard. So probably the better pickup. I wonder what their hand was. Their hand was probably really good if they kept that. Multiversal Passage. Choose a basic land type. You may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped as the chosen type. So it's a bad shock that can't be fetched. Okay. Tell me if I'm missing something. I mean, it is exactly the color that you need on time if you want to pay 2 life. Like, seriously, am I missing something? What makes that good? 2 damage to a spider. Oh, I just remembered. One of the other cards that I want out of this set. Giant craft helm. Can't craft it yet. But yeah, I want this. I'm gonna get this. And on par with Pathway. Not for 5 cost. An untapped rainbow land for the purpose of hitting your missing colors. Sure. Okay, so 4 or 5 costs. That's why I don't really care about it. Let's see. We got 10 minutes. We can definitely get in at least one more game. And hope for... We're not gonna get another pack today. We have run out of quests. Don't need to be all colors all the time if you just needed to break a roadblock. There are some times in this deck where the, like, 1 or 2 tapped lands that I have ruined my day. Eventually, once I run out of rows that I want to craft, I want to start putting fetch lands in here just to make sure. Oh no. A boogeyman. All of the 1-mana search for basic land cards are basically tapped rainbow lands. Oh no. Oh well, that's not unplayable. As long as they don't have a naturalize. I mean, we're a little bit slow. For the turn because you your land drop and then 0 cards. Or levels. Ring. If they have the disenchant, we've essentially lost this. I got a Sire. And we can technically deal with Sire. Yeah, we'll pay the 7 mark. It's what we have to do. I'd much rather have fought the Ruffalos, but maybe they don't have another threat. Maybe they don't have another threat. They kinda had another threat. It wasn't as good. I can ramp too, you know. We're not gonna cycle. One Power Stone. I don't know if that's good. Steel Heart. I don't know if that's good either. I guess they are just ramp.deck. Ugh. Okay. Calamity, huh? Good night. I don't need another land. Thank you. Double block. We'll take out... Yeah, we want the Beast Whisperer on. Palantir of Orthang. Ruffalos again. Alright, put an influence counter, scry 2. Target opponent may have you draw a card. If that player doesn't, no X cards. That player loses life equal to the total mana of those cards. I'm gonna lose life. Bada bing, bada boom. Goodbye, Palantir. This is one of my favorite plays in the entire deck. I'm gonna saddle that. And I'm just gonna put 2 copies of Bahamut into play. We're gonna remove your blockers. And we're done. That was so risky. if they had domed me for a lot, they could have killed me there. Oh god, that was great. They lose. The modal ones like go forth is love Palantir so much. I don't think I have a Palantir. I've considered putting it in so many things. Like the oh, wrong account. I have a Taval deck on a different account that really wants a bunch of stuff, and that is one of them. Just to slow grind out people and throw stuff into my yard. Yeah. Can we play another game in 4 minutes? I think we can try. As long as it's not incredibly hard. And it's not hard right now. But it depends on what they're bringing to the table. I'm hard. I mean, this is gonna be hard. Never mind, hold on. Pause. We don't have any green. We don't have any red. We have colors and technically a ramp spell. And technically removal. Okay. This is not going to be great. And they have all the colors to be able to deal with the ring once it comes down. Alright. The only reason we're still in this is because we got to go first. So if they have land into courteous... Yep. Let's encroach because we don't have anything better to do. No, I don't think I'm going to attack. Blame me for the tummy rumbles? Well, it's not my fault that I have to do stuff after this. Do non-deterministic things at exactly 8 o'clock. When I first built this deck, I had nothing below CMC 4, which meant that courteous could hit me all day at 2, 3, or 4, and they would hit exactly nothing. And now the mana cost is so good that, like, the best that they're going to get is a ramp spell, which I don't want them to get, but, you know, it is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I top deck a land, then I could portal next turn if I don't block it. But their courteous is so big now that I kind of have to. Didn't draw it. The Meteor Golem, the Bristly Bill? That's probably the correct play. Blame you for being entertaining and distracting. I apologize for being so good at this and playing fast enough to keep your attention. No, I don't apologize for that. That's my entire brand. Okay, so they're gonna come in, we can block with the Meteor Golem. You don't get any of my stuff, not the 6-drops, those are my 6-drops. Reaching Dragonstorm could whiff, so I think we're gonna throw down the Rhino. Vigilance Haste is pretty good. So draw the card. Oh my god, do they actually have removal? That would be bad. Oh shit! There's my alarm to get prepared. Okay, so they could have some really good hits off of this. And Breaching Dragonstorm is the only thing in my hand that we can cast. So we would need to get lucky with that and not hit a ramp. Luckily we've been running through there. They're gonna draw 3 here. So, luckily they... Oh, jump. I thought they were delving. Alright, so we take damage. What do they see? A key. The key's pretty good. See, this is what I didn't want them to have, because then they get a Day of Judgment. Get destroyed, nerd. Read the fucking card. My Sun Weak Zone, that's pretty good, because then we can just kill their commander. Also, that ramps us into Portal of Phyrexia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, you got it. Is that an 11/11 that I can reanimate? I think it was. Say goodbye to your creatures, Yugi boy! To the Warp Suit's pretty good. Lotus is pretty good. Multiple removals in a row for an indestructible commander. Yep, nailed it. Lieutenant Lothrex, thanks for that. So here's the thing. Oh. I forgot he didn't have haste. Oh well. There's nothing in my hand component. You can just, like, board wipe or whatever. It's fine. Doing great. Probably Vaultborn Tyrant would have been a good play. I literally just focused on this epic proportion. Was like, I'm going to get them with a trick. It's going to be hilarious. Also, epic proportion's kind of a sleeper for courteous decks. It's one of the best things in there. Are they checking to see what things they have? Sure. Might have absolutely thrown the game with that one. Well, they're not casting their removal spell, which is nice. It was real polite of them. Ah, there it is. Good night. I mean, like... so let's throw down the vault one. Draw a card. That's a land. Attack. Vaultborn's tough to deal with, especially if they can't exile. Turn it to their hand. Yeah, that's fine. That's unfortunate that they get that, though. Yeah, it's in the yard. Yeah, you have trample now. Yeah, you get Bill. Yeah, Bill's big. Yeah, your commander's big. That's pretty big. Not quite lethal, though. Courteous mutate? Yeah, he's not a human. The problem is that the Boneyard Lurker only gets good in the longer games, and a lot of times Courteous gets run over by aggro. They're reading all of my cards. Oh. Apparently the best one that he found is a Reach the Horizon. Really? Oh, right, he gets multiples. I don't know if I can come back from that. Nah. You got it, opponent. We may or may not been able to actually have won that if I hadn't just absolutely shit the bed. Does cast any number? Yeah. I'm not sure if that was an actual throw. I don't know if we could have actually won that game if we hadn't time walked ourselves at a critical turn. But oh well. Already late. Sir, I can leave the house up to 8:30. This just eats into the time that I can make lunch. Anywho, so this has been fun. We played one new card from the new set. We fought against two. There was the 5-color everything soup deck that we lost to, and then there was the mono red spider lady that we took to the cleaners. So we were 50% on commanders from the new set. Good. So that'll be it for today. What's next? What do we have next on the schedule? The schedule that I post on Twitter that allows people to see when I'm going to be live next. We got tomorrow. We got horror game at midnight, which is good for everybody's timing. So we've picked a random horror game, and we're gonna have fun with it. And it's probably only gonna take one stream. So that is gonna be it for me today. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one, and have a good night. Bye.